afternoon, everyone. Lisa Gustafson with Cool FM Live and Canyon Country 97.7. And today we are bringing you this SSVEC Business Spotlight over here at LCS Healthcare Group. So a huge thank you to Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative serving our community for introducing us to Miss EILEEN. Hi, EILEEN.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm nervous, but good.
Don't be nervous.
Thank you for having me.
This is super exciting. So first of all, I want to tell everybody a huge congratulations to you. So LCS Healthcare Group is celebrating 10 years in business this month, or this year.
That's right. That's right. 10 years ago, I went off on my own and opened up my own private practice.
Now, you all may know EILEEN from Laser Cosmetic Services. So all of their contact information is going to be located in the post description. But just so everybody knows, there are, I would say, 2 businesses plus the nonprofit that operate here. So we've got Laser Cosmetic Services, and then LCS Healthcare Group, which we're going to talk about all of the services that you offer, because this is kind of your baby and what helped out so much during those tough COVID times, and it really has taken on a whole life of its own.
That's right. It's a constantly involving the practice, and with all the challenges of owning a business, let alone medical practice. It's been very challenging, but it's very rewarding in itself. I mean, I so much enjoy working with the elderly. I see patients from ages 15 on up, but mostly in the adult bracket. And I have other providers in a full-on practice. I see patients out in their homes, assisted living, and as well as in the clinic. And it's just, it's worked out very well to have my own practice to be able to enable all those visits.
Absolutely. And I want to touch on that because you don't see this too much anymore. So some of the services that you do cover is you cover the vaccinations, joint injections, right? The PRP injections, skin biopsies, wellness exams. I mean, and this is just to name a few of them, but you still do house calls.
Yes, that's right.
Talk to me about how somebody who is looking to get involved with that, what the process looks like for them.
It's very much like calling up the office and saying, I'm housebound for whatever needs they have. Some are bedridden, some are physically incapable of leaving the home, and they have full-time caregivers. And you just call the office and say, we need a house call visit versus coming in. And then we get you on the schedule. And just like a regular appointment.
What would you say is the majority of is there one thing that takes precedence over the other in those appointments? Do you see more popular?
As far as house calls go?
Yes.
Truly, they're physically unable. Most of them are bedbound, but not all of them. But they have multiple health conditions, chronic conditions, and it's very difficult to get them out of the home. Even transportation, especially when they're bedridden,
right,
and they can't walk or so on.
And I bet there's a large number of people that appreciate you being able to offer that to them, because it is difficult, and what a great service to be able to provide.
It alleviates a lot of stress on the caregiver for them as well. So like I said, there are many patients out there, and I am not the only provider. I'll be honest to say that I'm not the only provider out there doing this, but there are very few of us that are out there doing this.
Sure, absolutely, and it is important today, and maybe for those homebound people, but there's so many other situations where that takes, you need somebody to come out and do that for you. So 10 years you've been doing that. And then we have the laser cosmetic services. Um, and then I want to touch base on your 501c3 because this is something I don't think a lot of people know about. And I love this because you give medical equipment or caregiving services at no cost, right, to people
or
who
at
are
a
limited.
stipend. Yeah.
Okay.
Or at a stipend.
Talk to me about that 501c3 and how that benefits the community.
So when I worked in an internal medicine office prior to opening up my own practice, I worked for 12 years in internal medicine. And that's when I started seeing the need to go to the homes. That patients couldn't come in. I'd check on them. They're elderly, and for whatever reason, they couldn't come in. So I started going, doing the house calls. And then I started seeing how they were struggling. They can't afford their medications. They don't have the right equipment at home. Or they didn't have enough caregiving services. A lot of them also had dementia and Alzheimer's. So one of my very first grants that my sister helped me write for was through the Alzheimer's Foundation. And I was able to write a companionship grant and get funds to help get much needed things for people suffering from dementia. That also involved some respite for the caregivers on there.
And you do that, and correct me if I'm wrong, if people have medical equipment or chairs or anything that can make their life easier, is this something that they could donate as well?
We do take some donations. St. Vincent de Paul also has some donations. But yes, there are always, because now the 501(c)(3) has been going on for several years now. People know that they can bring things in.
That's great.
And it goes from everything from the PureWick incontinence systems to wheelchairs to hospital beds to so on. But even the slightest bit of help.
Sure.
Right now, I have a lovely lady that helps do errands and cook and clean for some of my couples, but I don't have a lot of volunteers, which I desperately could use.
Volunteers are always a wonderful thing.
So I could definitely use some volunteers. I did have a few that helped out during the pandemic. That was fantastic. They would go and get groceries for some of my homebound people and pick up their medications. But I could always use more. I could always use more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so if you do have any questions or you do want to get involved and help out and volunteer, please reach out to them here. Again, all the contact information is located in the post description. And, it's sometimes things that you don't think about that people may need. I heard that you guys have a hard time shower chairs, anything like that people need to help make their life easier. And maybe you're somebody out there watching this who needs one of those products, please reach out to EILEEN here.
It's very individualized. Recently, I purchased a standing pole, so a lady could help get, when she gets out of bed, hold on to something so that she can turn around.
Right.
It's not that she owns her apartment, so she's unable to drill safety bars everywhere, and plus she needed something right next to the bed anyway. So little things like that come up all the time, and so that's where the funds go to. But if we have them, we have the equipment, we give them away for free.
I love that you do that. And if there are any businesses out there that are looking to donate, please reach out as well. I mean, certainly we can always use that.
That's right. That's right.
That's never a bad thing. Because you do a lot of work too at the Kiwanis as well, and the Vista, correct?
I say no to no one.
You gotta love that. Say no to no one.
It's my community, and we all need to help each other out. So
for
we've been doing
sure.
it for a long time.
You have been here in our community for quite some time. And again, a huge congratulations. I do want to point out that every single one of your staff wanted to make sure that I said a huge thank you to you, because they all Absolutely love and adore you, and
I
are
love my peeps so much.
incredibly appreciative.
I am so blessed to have the best staff ever, and not just the ones that the patients see in the office. I have two that work remotely. One's in Pennsylvania, and she knows the patients very well. Stacy, my heart goes out to her. I love her so much. And then Lauren, also out in San Diego. And so it's a big team. I have other providers that work independently through my practice. And then a big shout out to the other physicians who have helped support my practice and send me patients that need help with their diabetes and so on.
Yeah. All things that you cover through your healthcare, and it takes a team, right?
It does.
Takes a whole village to run this facility. Again, because you do have the three different businesses more or less going on here underneath this roof. So you, is there anything that, let's say we have so many new people that come into town on a daily basis, given our, proximity to Fort Huachuca. What you said, you see patients as young as 15.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about some of the services, because that's kind of that age, right, where they're a little nervous going to the doctor. Talk to me about some of the services that you offer.
It's anything you would see in a primary care office.
Okay.
So wellness exams to chronic care to acute care. So whatever you would go see your primary care for, you would come and see me or my other providers for as well. So there's
you cover it all.
It's a regular medical practice.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
With all the insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. We have a lot of VA and TRICARE patients as well, and
good to know.
We love our veterans, and we have a really good high standing with the VA.
That's great. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, that's all good stuff. You guys, anything you need, you heard it right here. Full medical practice. The laser cosmetic services. We could sit and talk forever, but we're going to be back. I feel like we're going to come and do something on that.
I just want to say one thing, though.
Please do.
To the one person out of everybody I need to thank is my office manager, Ashley.
She is pretty amazing.
She has been with me since the very beginning. She is helped me through the toughest times ever, and I would not be here today. In the practice, both practices would not have survived without that support that I get from her. She works weekends and nights, and it's puts in so many extra hours, and we're a team. We're a team.
That's fantastic. She said, Ashley, I know you're watching. She said the exact same thing about you. She said, you are relentless. You never stop. You go, go, go. You're always working.
Yeah.
And she wanted to make sure that you knew how much she appreciates you. So what a great way to appreciate everybody.
Now.
Yes.
We're family now. Yeah.
I love it. I love everything about it. You guys, anything that you need, please reach out to LCS Healthcare Group. Ashley, thank you for reaching out, and of course to all of your staff. And any questions that you have, give them a call. They are wonderful to work with. And a huge thank you to SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, for making this video happen. And I gotta tell you, I'm impressed. I love everything you do, and I keep doing it.
I'm going to hang in there as long as I can.
So before we started, she said, this is this picture back here. I don't know if you can see it, John. This is where you're going to be, right? This is where you're going to retire. That's going to be your office.
The lake
one
in
day.
Italy. Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind you will make it there, my dear.
Yep. That's it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And
thank you, SSVEC. And we've worked together before during the pandemic.
Good.
SSVEC,
See,
so.
This is why we love our community, isn't it? Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day. And any questions, give them a call. EILEEN is happy to help out in any way she can.